right. Maybe you should come inside, make you feel something that's nice. I'm not perfect, it's just life. You know how we go, always moving with the flow. Play for keeps, play some shows in the six with my rhymes. Ride high, touch the sky. If you're eager, you can fly. Find some place you can thrive. Picture perfect just in time. It's fine, I'm okay. Dancing around the words you say. It don't matter either way. You know I'm here to stay. Wanna be with you tonight. You don't get on my nerves. I wanna be with you tonight. You don't wanna get hurt. Swear. Right, I'm a fight, see the name of flashing lights. When it's over, catch a vibe. It's alright cause I don't mind who, what, where, how. That's all just what I'm about. If you're looking what you found, get me closer to the take my heart cause it was freezing. What you say is what you do. Look outside and catch the feeling. Let me know because I'm gonna be with you.
rObi Kumalo, a symphony of resilience and rhythm. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Music Train, where the tracks lead straight to the heart of soul-stirring stories. Tonight we kick off the ride with an extraordinary force in music and memoir. rObi Kumalo, the luminous MS rObi Hall Kumalo, whose life is a harmonious blend of global rhythms, unyielding love, and triumphant healing. Married to the legendary Albert Kumalo of Ladysmith Black Mambazo, the Grammy-winning choral powerhouse that redefined world music alongside Paul Simon on Graceland. rObi isn't just the woman behind the icon, she's the heartbeat of their shared melody. From the sacred stages of South African harmonies to the intimate whispers of a marriage tested by melody and adversity, rObi asks the question that echoes through every chord. Who's the real rock star? Him, her, or the music? Her bilingual memoir launching in 2025, Casada con un Rockstar, unveils it all, tales of love and music, Graceland stories, and behind the music woven with the threads of women in music who dare to amplify their own voices. But rObi's journey isn't confined to spotlights. It's a resilient riff against the odds. Diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, she channels her MS journey into a powerhouse of inspiration, transforming pain into poetry through her acclaimed blog and podcast, MS Roby Hall Kumalo. Episodes like Overcoming Challenges, Season 4 of Episode 6, Field Tone Monochord, reveal how she wields therapeutic instruments for Reiki healing, turning personal battles into communal anthems of music healing and healing through music. From Baha'i pilgrimages of the heart to vibrant confessions of her life's games people play, rObi's storytelling, raw, radiant, and rhythmically alive, invites us to embrace memoir of resilience and dance through the darkness. A trailblazer in storytelling and inspiration, rObi Kumalo doesn't just play the notes. She composes the score for living boldly. Buckle up, music train riders. rObi's on board, and this episode is about to hit all the high notes. Give it up for the woman who proves music isn't just heard, it's healed. rObi's on board, and this episode is about to hit. Hello!
Hi, everybody. Hi, Vessy.
Hi, good to see you.
Turn that off now. Gonna have to turn that down now.
Oh my goodness. I miss you so much. It's so good to have you back on the music train.
It's good to be back. It's really good to be back.
You look amazing. I hear a little bit of an echo, but that's what happens when we're live streaming. And I think that that's super exciting that we have all these listeners on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. This is the Music Train, Season 8, Episode 3. With teaching artist rObi Kumalo. She's here right now, live in the studio, and I couldn't be more excited. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Even though I sound like I'm technically out of order, I'm very much in order to be in your presence and back on Music Train. It's very exciting to be here.
You and I met. I love you, first of all. Second of all, I love you. And third of all, I love you. You and me met on Clubhouse. And there's an echo. Is there any way maybe we can I'm not sure what that is. We're live here. Let me see if I can help. Check. Can you give me 1, 2?
1, 2, 1, 2. I hear no echo on my side.
Okay, check. All right, we're good. All right, awesome.
All right.
I wanted to shout out, BK Han, who conceived of this show live on Connect Club, where Season 1 is all digital artifacts, NFTs of songs written on the spot, which you are very accustomed to doing. You're a healing entity. We've spoken about healing and your journey before. We've spoken about music, having met you on Clubhouse and have done voice acting with you.
Yes.
Shout out to the one and only I Paint Creature.
IPC.
What's up? He's so amazing. He's still going and doing amazing things. Everybody loves you so much. The transformation that you have had throughout your life is quite an astonishing story. You're putting out a book. You're authoring a book. Can you tell me more about it?
I have authored a wonderful book called Married to a Rockstar. It's so wonderful that I published it twice.
Let's go.
Because, with MS, you can never do things once. Sometimes you have to repeat something. Mm-hmm. But this book is about being married to a rock star. Besides being a musician all my life, when I became a young adult, dating and falling in love and all that kind of stuff, I met somebody that I loved enough to marry, but he was really busy touring the world with Paul Simon and making a record called Graceland. And it was like my little life. And then a bigger life, being single, and then a wife. So it was an interesting transformation for sure. But I wrote this book, and it was an interesting challenge with MS and my vision being partially blurry most of the time, to use technology, to use paper and pen and put it all together and keep the ideas flowing. Was a big challenge, but a lot of fun, and I actually accomplished the goal twice.
I can't wait to read it, and I think everybody here needs to go get your book right now. You're one of the most fascinating people that I've ever met. I'm hoping you're going to play live for us tonight. I'm not sure. I know that your faith is truly where your center is with the Baha'i faith. Let's talk a little bit about that. How did you get into the Baha'i faith, and what is it about the Baha'i faith that you feel connects everyone universally?
Well, thank you for asking me that, because you live in not too far from the Baha'i
In
center
Chicago.
in
Yes.
Chicago. Yeah. So when I think about you, I do remember my faith very, very much. I talk about it in the book, Married to a Rock Star. I kind of met the Baha'i faith when Dizzy Gillespie passed away. I lived in New York, and next to New York is New Jersey. And Dizzy Gillespie lived in Inglewood, New Jersey. So when he passed away, they did a lot of homegoing and funerals for him in different places in New York City. But they also did one in Inglewood, New Jersey, and I was asked to sing one of his songs in a group. There was about 3 or 4 singers, and we sang the song Con Alma, which is a beautiful song that Dizzy wrote. And I didn't know that he was a Baha'i at that time, but he was very much a Baha'i, and was such a Baha'i that he was inspiring other jazz musicians at the time to also take a look at the faith, and they also became Baha'i. So he had a big impact on how music I make. Years later, I'm doing a trade show, marketing in the Northwest. I'm in Eugene, Oregon at the trade show. Just had come back from Argentina. So I was kind of like, am I speaking in English or in Spanish? And I met a woman that was so nice to me, but did not want to book my show.
Mm.
And Vessy, I was just like, why are you so nice to me? And you don't want to book my show? And she was so kind. She says, oh, sweetheart, your show is wonderful. I love what you do, but where I live, we don't have a lot of children. And I'm nice because I'm a Baha'i. That's how we are. You're a Baha'i too, but you don't know it yet.
Oh, I feel that I've been in connection with Baha'i since my grandmother, who I didn't get to spend much time with, but every word she spoke, rObi, was just, you couldn't get a word in edgewise. She really, truly believed that there's only love, that everything else is false, and that we spend a great deal of time putting a lot of energy into what isn't loving. And then there you have the disconnect from the only thing that's real, which is love. So all that currency, and she loved the Baha'i temple in Chicago, and she would come visit it when she would visit us. And so, yes, how does one become a Baha'i?
For me, it was a lady who was Baha'i who says, you want to be a Baha'i? I said, yeah. What do I have to do? She said, hold on a second. I'll be right back. She came back with a little card and a pen, and she's like, here, sign this.
Oh, I love it.
And I was like, all right. Here. She's like, okay, you're a Baha'i.
We brought the family to the Baha'i temple when they were rather young. Yes.
Wow.
And I said, you have to be completely quiet. We did this because a friend was visiting, and a dear friend of mine, Nora, was visiting, and she really wanted to go there. And I was like, oh my goodness. She's like, you can't speak in there. And I had been there with Kevin before, but the point is that our little kids were running through but they weren't saying anything. But mom was like going and come back here. And, it was a very, very funny, memorable, beautiful to be there in the silence, in this holy, gigantic temple of just like all this space, expansive. I'll never forget just the silence.
With the joyous pitter-patter of little feet.
Yes. Yes.
And how happy that made the whole space.
Yes.
Because we love children. The Baha'i faith, we love to work with children, teach children, let children discover the faith as best as they can, however they can. If they don't, like your grandmother used to do, or your mom, talk about peace and love.
Yes, and
you're good at that.
And it's so different to walk into a space, a sacred space where there isn't somebody preaching. It's quiet there. There's nobody making any sounds. You're sitting there and you're with yourself and everyone else who's sitting there in silence. It's so important. So I will never, ever forget that. And now I want to go back. And when are you coming to Chicago? And can we go together? I have a million questions. You guys, we've got rObi Kumalo, teaching artist, author, amazing singer-songwriter, amazing human being who has been writing, performing on tour for 30 years. Didn't you play at Kennedy Center? Didn't you regularly perform at Kennedy Center?
Not regularly, but Kennedy Center, Carnegie Hall, a lot of really amazing spaces. I've had the opportunity when I was a background singer for Diana Ross and Aretha Franklin, those great people.
Amazing.
I had a wonderful journey, which is why it was fun writing the book about being married to a rock star, because kind of like you were saying, who's the rock star?
Yeah. You. I know it. Let's see some comments here. People are loving you up here. I want to shout out Francis Gunawadena. She says congratulations and hello and welcome. Hardistry is here with us. Joe Nix. Shout out to Hardistry. You heard his song at the beginning of the show. Here we decided to feature artists each week. Hardistry's here. He says he's hello and great opening. And everybody on X is here. Got about 30 listeners right now, Facebook and YouTube. Thank you for subscribing, everyone. Shout out to BK Han in Singapore. Hopefully he can come through. He's so busy these days, being a teacher and AI creator and just a mobilizer. You know, he really gets people going. You know, we wouldn't be in season 8 with Music Train, this show born of love, you know, to support people's stories. Let's get into yours. So let's talk about rObi's beginning. Like, what was the first song, or what was your family like?
Oh, it's just funny that you would ask about my first song, Vessy, because I do remember the first song I ever wrote. It was a song that I knew I was writing it for my brother, but it was an interesting song to introduce to the family kind of after dinner.
Yeah.
You know, we weren't a big family for dessert. My dad had diabetes, so we never ate like desserts. Yeah. But we would sit around and talk and just hang out with the family. So I was like, I wrote a song. Everybody, I wrote a song. I was about 3, 4. And they said, what did you write a song about? I said, I wrote a song for Prentice, my brother. And they said, do you want to sing the song for us? I was like, I would love to. There's a dance that goes with it too. And my family was like, this, we have to see everybody. Let's see what the baby has to say. My nickname when I was a baby was the Wob. So they said, oh, let's see what Wob has to say. Oh, tell us, Wob. And I was like, you monkey face, 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 you monkey face.
Yay! I love it.
Oh, everybody loved it too, but my brother just didn't really appreciate it. He was probably about 9 years old. Really annoying. 9.
You had the whole family that just gave you. I mean, that is adorable. Do we have this on film? How can Music Train acquire this? What do we need to do? You guys just heard it live here. The rendition. So is this okay? So how many children's songs have you written, and where can people find your music online? Everybody go to rObi Kumalo, ROBBIKUMALO.com to connect with everything that rObi's doing, everything that she's doing, to find her music, to support her on her journey, to connect with her, to, you know, I know that you love to talk to the people who are, you know, realizing that the connection that artists have with their audiences is in the moment, and to take advantage of that, to reach out. So you guys go there right now, sign up for her mailing list, reach out and say hello. And thank you again for tuning into the Music Train Season 8, Episode 3 with my friend rObi Kumalo. Okay, let's get back to music. So you're in your teens. Where are you now? What's going on in your life in your teens? What are we doing?
In my teens, I was very, very much in love with not just music, but also theater and musical theater. And my mother had a lot of limitations on how much music I could absorb. She had like a limit. And at some point, by the time I got to high school, she was like, enough already.
Really?
All these after school things you're doing, all this late night rehearsals. I don't think so anymore. You're gonna come home after school. And I was like, but Mom, she's like, if it's during the school day, I don't mind you doing it. Yeah, but this after school, no more. So what did I do, Vessy? I started a children's theater company after school.
Let's go.
So I would stay after school every day, convincing my friends to join the children's music company. And they said, well, what are we going to do? And I was like, we're going to take our show and go around town and go to different places. Well, I talked enough that somebody heard that I was going to do something like that.
Yeah.
And then they found a preschool that wanted us to come and do a children's show.
Amazing.
So I had to cram together a show really quick.
How old were you?
Maybe this is 1980.
Okay.
I was maybe 15, 16 years old.
Wow. So you're entrepreneuring it up in your teens before you head to college.
Before I headed to college, I went to Stony Brook University, and I wanted to be a music major, but it was a STEM school.
Okay.
So they didn't really have an undergraduate music department. They had a great grad music department, but not an undergrad department. So I was a little frustrated. And then after maybe almost 2 semesters, I decided that college wasn't for me. I was going to drop out. But I couldn't really tell my mother.
Uh-oh.
I was nervous to tell her, so I went back for my second year.
So you did 2 years. You did 2. So you got your... So,
yeah.
So how did she respond after she found out?
Well, I kind of flunked out of my second year because I really didn't want to be there. And so when she, in college, you don't really get report cards, parents. They're either mailed to the student or the students can pick them up themselves, or it was a whole different thing. But my mother found out that I hadn't been doing well in my grades and that I dropped out without even telling her. I just dropped out, and then I faked going back the second year.
Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. It took me a second. I got it now. So year 2, what were you doing when you were in college? What was going on? And BK Han is here today. We're so excited. I'm so excited to see BK. He's just getting ready. He's going to come up and say hi and ask you questions. And you can find out what's going on in Singapore with this very busy man. I know you're so busy too. I'm so happy you made time for us. I told everybody last week we have a mystery guest because I had a few ideas of who I wanted to ask. And I saw that your book, I saw the promo for your book on Instagram, and I was like, yes. And I reached out. And so I'm just so excited. And I'm going to do this live. I mentioned it before, but I would love for you to be the featured artist for Virtuala magazine. I'm a permanent writer for the magazine. I would love to feature you. You guys, it's coming out. It's a quarterly magazine. You know about Virtuala. We featured Norwood Fisher, founder of Fishbone, and there's so many other amazing music collaborations. We featured him last quarter. So I would love it, rObi Kumalo, if you would accept that invitation. And let's go. All right, you guys. Virtuala magazine is a digital magazine born in the blockchain on Token Nation that dropped at Brazil NFT this year, and it's an amazing magazine connected to a university in Brazil. It's actually it's a university magazine technically now, so it has all the things, an ISBN number, and you will be reading all about rObi Kumalo, her story, and also I'm hoping she's going to share a writing piece of specifics. Your choice.
Yes,
would love that. And
after we say hi to BK, though, right?
Yes,
ready for us to say hi yet?
He's not quite ready. He's jumped in and out. There might be some Wi-Fi issues. I'm not sure what's going on. I would love, what were you thinking regarding live music? Do we have a chance to hear you live today?
I was going to read a little bit of chapter 2.
Let's go. I'm gonna solo you here.
Excellent.
And you guys sit back, have a drink, have your coffee or your tea, and let's listen to this excerpt from the amazing rObi Kumalo.
This is a book called Married to a Rockstar, which is looking like this, but I'm reading it like this because with MS, my vision is challenged and I have to have large font. So this is called Chapter 2, Between Calls and Crossroads. Brooklyn, 1986. The year She's Gotta Have It came out. I had dropped out of Stony Brook, packed my Long Island life into boxes, and moved to Brooklyn to work on actual office with more faith than money. My parents believed me harder than I believed in myself. They set me up in a tiny studio on 101 Lafayette Avenue, Fort Greene Park, practically in my backyard. Brooklyn hit different from Brentwood. It faintly smelled of Junior's cheesecake and street heat. Sounded like the A train and arguments from open windows. I was 22, 5 foot of ambition, still convinced hustle could pay the rent. Then there was Spike's firehouse. It started with a letter. My friend Johnny said, "You should write to Spike Lee." So I did. Spike called me himself, late at night. Quick, no greeting. "I read your letter. You still want a job? You come in tomorrow." And thanks to Terrell, I did. His office, a converted firehouse on DeKalb Avenue, was alive with film reels, coffee cups, and chaos. Spike didn't hire people. He drafted them into his storm. One day, he tossed me keys to a box truck. "Drive me across Brooklyn." I'd never driven anything bigger than my father's pickup truck, but pride has a louder engine than fear. I white-knuckled it through traffic and parked intact. Spike jumped out as cool as ice. I sat behind the wheel, heart thudding under the loud horn. Hired at night, fired at night. Months later, the storm shifted. A phone call came close at midnight. Norman's, Spike's messenger. "Spike sent me to come and get you. You need to clear out your stuff." He'd hired me in the dark, and he'd fired me in the dark. I told Norman, "I said the wrong thing to the wrong person on the wrong day." Brooklyn doesn't sugarcoat lessons. The Bridge of Friends. Tracy, one of Spike's staffers, called soon after. "Don't sit in that. Come with me." She later joined Festival Productions, George Wean's company behind Newport Jazz. The day she walked me into that office, I stepped from film frenzy into organized artistry. That job steadied me. I learned contracts, schedules, stage plots, patience. Failure had redirected me faster than success ever could. The neighborhood holding me. Fort Greene was its own university. Betty Carter lived a few blocks away. Even her casual talk swung like a solo. Violinist Noel Pointer passed by with his case like a badge. On these streets, genius was common and excuses were rare. I dated Betty's son for a while, and I learned that talent never cancels out humanness. It only amplifies it. Failing upward. On paper, I looked like a failure. Fired by Spike. Broke more often than paid. 1 gig away from packing up. But each no cut the marble a little cleaner. Brooklyn stripped me down to what was necessary. Rhythm, resilience, and honesty. And somewhere in between the late calls and early hustles, the phone began to ring again. International, uncertain, full of surprises. Between calls and crossroads, Fort Greene taught me to survive artfully, to fail upward, to improvise when plans collapse. By the time Tracy introduced me to the world of festival productions, I already knew how to rebuild from ashes. And somewhere in that same season, fate was tuning another string, one that would eventually play the name Bagiti Kumalo. And that is chapter 2.
Bravo! Love it. I love hearing you read it. I want you to read the whole thing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
My goodness.
Does it feel like a love story? Not quite yet, right?
It feels, I mean, you're such a poet. You know, the things you kind of end these paragraphs with, these poetic, like, it's just the whole thing in one sentence, and it's like, oh, it like hits. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it definitely does feel like a love story. Whenever you read, play music, it's a love story, rObi. I can't tell you that enough. I can't wait to read the whole thing. I'm going to get it. So where can we get it? On your
Thank
website?
you. On my website, you'll find a link to Amazon.
Okay.
And luckily, Amazon has put it in markets in Japan and France and Europe, different places. I might have to translate the book into a couple of different languages at some point soon.
That would be amazing. rObi Kumalo, that's ROBBIKUMALO.com. I'm going to play this from our amazing producer of this show, Mr. BK Han out of Singapore. Real quick here, let's get this going on. He made this for you. Here we go.
Find the heart. What happens when love, music, and grit collide? In Married to a Rockstar, Grammy-nominated artist and teaching musician rObi Kumalo invites us behind the curtain of a life lived on and off the stage. Married to South African bass legend Bakiti Kumalo of Paul Simon's band, raising a family and holding fast to faith, culture, and purpose. From Long Island roots and Broadway dreams to Spike Lee's 40 Acres and a Mule, from township grooves to world tours, this memoir is a duet of marriage, music, and meaning. It's the real rhythm of sound checks and red-eye flights, and the tender return to bills, babies, and home. When multiple sclerosis upended rObi's body, she found a new tempo, resilience, mercy, wellness, and the healing power of music. Inside are honest stories of love, conflict, and reconciliation, backstage glimpses of the creative process, and a cross-cultural heartbeat shaped by Native and Baha'i influences and community. Readers will leave with hard-won tools for courage and staying creative under pressure. If you love music memoirs, tour life secrets, resilient love stories, and faith-forward inspiration, this is your all-access pass. Married to a Rockstar, a celebration of family, artistry, and the courage to keep going long after the lights go down.
Let's go. Let's go. That was so cool.
Wow, VK.
He's here.
Hi guys.
The
Do you
man.
like it?
I love it.
Really? Okay.
Oh my gosh, it's so powerful. Thank you.
It is. It's great.
I forgot to pass it to Vessy until I wake up this morning. Oh, okay. Better come in.
Yay. So good to see you.
Yeah,
So
good to
good
see
to
both of
hear
you
you.
too.
So rObi just read from chapter 2 of her new book, and well, you've published it twice, so this is the second. Did anything change? Did we edit? Did we add? What is? And you have a friend. You have a friend here next to you.
I do. My friend John is here trying to be quiet.
Hello, John.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Hi, John.
I'm enjoying the show.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I was trying to find that chapter 2 in the green book because I think it does read a lot different. I get a little more into the details of Spike, you know. Book 2 was a little more abridged, the
Okay.
stories, but I didn't want to offend anybody by giving too many of the details.
Yeah. Spike Lee calls you up in the middle of the night. You're coming here tomorrow. I mean, the way you so eloquently represented kind of just that's a huge ship that came through. You've been on tour for, I mean, you stopped touring in the 90s. Did you stop touring in the 90s?
I stopped touring sometime in 2015, 16.
Oh, 2015.
Right around
Wow.
the time I got MS, it slowed me down.
We
But
talked-
before that, I was doing everything. I was a children's artist. I was a teaching artist. I was a backing vocalist. I did voiceovers. I just did as much as I could. Living in New York, how could you not want to work as much as you can when there's so much work around you?
You're making me want to move there. Stop it. Okay, motherhood and rock stardom. Motherhood and the journey in the entertainment industry. I mean, how many shows would you say that you've done? You've done thousands of shows. I mean,
Yeah.
right? We're talking thousands of shows. So the day that you decide this is my last show, and I know that's an intense question, but for those that are going through maybe finding out that they have MS or whatever it is that somebody might be going through, that there's a change happening, just getting older, vision, just the humble reminder that we don't last forever, and to take every moment as if it were your last, and to be the kindest person you can be to everybody, and to treat people equally. I mean, the greatest lesson is time, isn't it?
It is time, but like I'm inspired by BK a lot because he never seems to not have time. He's always got time for everything that he cares about, everybody that he cares about, all the things that he invests in. He makes time, and I don't know how he has time. I remember being that person that thought that I could do like BK, do everything, but I couldn't. I couldn't keep up with my dreams and hopes like I had wanted to. BK, you kind of inspire me to remember who I used to be.
Well, you can subscribe to my next book called Time Machine.
Wait, is this an exclusive? Did this just happen right now?
Just kidding. But she inspired me to maybe write a book called Time Machine. Yeah. After the inspiration of the Married to a Rockstar, BK Han comes up with Time Machine.
Let's go. I co-sign that. You need to do it now. You said he said he has to do it now. BK, do you have any questions for rObi?
Oh yeah, okay. So I noticed that there's actually 2 books. Are they the same book or just different edition?
The green book, the green cover is the first edition of the book. I was in the process of trying to upload this cover, this brown cover that I had designed on ChatGPT, which I really liked a lot, but I couldn't quite put it into the template of Kindle. So I got very frustrated, and I used one of Kindle's book cover templates, and this was the book that was generated.
I see.
And by the time I figured out how to get the cover, I rewrote the book.
Oh, I see. How long was that in between?
Yeah, in between, like over a long weekend.
Okay, that's a long time.
Yeah, I got a little obsessive, and I was just like.
So when we read or when we order on Kindle, is it going to be the book 1 or book 2, or you have both?
It will be the brown cover book is Kindle and as a paperback. The hardcover book is the green cover book.
Okay.
And both books will have mistakes in them because with my vision and just lots of reasons why the book has mistakes in it, but it's nothing that is devastating for you being able to read the book and get the whole point of what the book is.
That's
But
okay.
you might notice little things.
It's real. It's not those ChatGPT books. Those are real books. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a real book with real human errors.
So how long did it take you to write it?
Probably like 3-4 months, like focused, not doing anything else but the book.
Were you emotional when you wrote it? Did you have to go there?
I was always emotional when I would reread what I wrote. Like I would write it, and I did a lot of dictation for my writing, and then I would translate it to written text. I forget which app can take audio and turn it into text. then I'd have to grammatically put periods and make things sentences or paragraphs, and just to reread it like that was really painful. It was really painful. And I thought, what a horrible person I used to be.
Oh, no. No, rObi. I don't believe that.
What a takeaway, right? From the book writing process. It's like a songwriting process, but it's a different type of reward. You know, with the song, like you almost have a more instant reward from writing a song. But in writing a chapter of a book, it's not an instant reward.
Yeah,
It's a temporary reward until you share it with someone.
that's true. I'm going to just take this moment right now to shout out last week's guests. Danger Devin and Pugs were here. You guys, thank you so much to those guys. They had so many fans here that were shouting them out on X and everywhere else. We just had a show in Blue Island, at Blue Island, Illinois, at a beer company just this past Friday with Joe Ryan and the AM Drinkers. Fondue drove all the way in from Colorado. Shout out to Fondue. We got to meet in person. And then, of course, Pugs joined him on stage. I opened up the night. There were 3 cameras there. I ignored them all, and I sang, how do you deal with cameras? I mean, the universe is always listening, right?
Always listening. We're always probably walking around on camera somewhere anyway. In 2025, 2026, there's going to be lots of cameras looking at us.
Yeah, I feel like, God is real. And if God is the architect that created it all, God is definitely listening. Right? So if you
or as Bet said, God is watching us. God is watching us. God is watching us from a distance.
Oh, I love that song. I love your voice. I want more. Whenever you're feeling like you might want to allow me to spotlight you, and you'll do your magical musical thing that you do for our audience, just say the words, rObi, and I will hand over the mic to you. I would love it to be now. She's getting it. Yes. Yes, let's go. Without further ado, rObi Kumalo, live. Season 8 is live on the Music Train here with BK Han, me, Vessy Mink, rObi Kumalo, and you who are out there watching. Without you, we don't have a show. Thank you so much for tuning in. Another shout out to our sponsors.
So this is my monochord. It sits on my lap and vibrates, and the vibrations alone are really healing to not only the blood system and of the nervous system, but to every muscle in our body, ligament, tendon, all of it. Thy name is my healing. Oh my God, oh my God. Remembrance of thee is my remedy. Nearness to thee is my hope. My love for thee is my companion. Thy mercy for me is my companion. Thy mercy for me is my healing. And my succor in both this world and the world to come. Thou verily art the all-bountiful, the all-knowing, the all-wise. Thank you so much, Vessy. Thank you, BK. Thank you, everybody who is listening. To you, to you. 사랑합니다.
Incredible. I had immediate chills when you started. Like immediately you started singing, and there's no words. Thank you.
Thank you for letting me know how these frequencies come through the internet, because this is tuned to 432 hertz and it's meant to reach you and make you feel better.
I do.
I'm so happy.
I'm happy too. I love you so much. We've not met in person yet, and I just, at least not in this life.
No, maybe we knew each other before.
We had to have.
Maybe we've always worked together.
Yes, we have to work together more.
We do.
I mean, I need to hug you right now.
Oh,
Grant,
Vessy, you need more time.
I need the time machine.
Yeah.
I
You need
wrote
to
a
subscribe
song.
to the book. Yeah.
I wrote a song recently. The lyric. I'm in a new band with the Wellheads. Shout out to the Wellheads. And during our rehearsal, we just played a block party in Lombard this Saturday, and people loved it. It was a whole beautiful neighborhood in Lombard, and families and rock and roll and jazz and all this interesting different music from all these different, you know, bands, family bands throughout Chicagoland area. And so there's a song called Game On that we wrote together, and I wrote this lyric. I say I wrote it, guys, but I feel like a vessel. We're all vessels. It came through me, the idea. You can't take credit for certain things. You can take credit for how you treat other people. You can take credit for how you think of other people, respond, your actions. You should definitely take credit for all your actions. And in the beginning of this song, the opening lyric, it goes, time is just a construct. It really doesn't mean much. Ask me if I'm okay. I'm not. And it goes into this because it's game on, honey. And game on means like you have the moment and that's all you have. And I really feel that what you just played emphasizes that extremely so. In the moment, you said 432 hertz. I've heard that that's a healing frequency, the way that you are tuned. Now, I don't really understand it beyond that. Could you speak more on that? And also, Frances, shout out to you, Frances from LA, my dear friend. She says, I'm glued to this show of yours with rObi Kumalo. She just wanted you to know that. We love you so much. You have fans all over the world tuning in right now, sharing love on X, Facebook, YouTube. And we're just sitting here with you and want to know about more of that tuning teaching that you have to really kind of make those who are listening understand what the difference is.
Well, you know who would answer the question much better than I would is ChatGPT.
Okay.
Because it is scientifical. I made that word up.
We got to write that song.
It is scientifical.
I love it.
132, something about me and you.
Yes, you know we have to write a song today because the whole concept of the show, born on Connect Club with BK and a few guests, he said, Vessy, write a song on the spot. We've got some guests. Let's ask them for a word each. And we do it now? Should I get my guitar? Is now the time?
I think it is. I think we're at the time.
Yes, we're almost at the hour. I don't want to say goodbye to you. Please do
I'll
not
just
leave.
talk a little bit about 432 hertz while you get your guitar.
Yes.
Because most of the time we go to orchestras and we see that they tune to 440 or 441. They're trying to tune to a frequency that is a newer frequency. Before the turn of the century, 1900s, instruments were natural substances. They were wood, they were metal. They were already tuned to whatever their frequency was. But when man came along and decided that they were going to build the instruments that had strings, especially, they had the power to control the tuning of the strings. And I forget who it was in politics that decided that 440 would be what would be the key. 440 would be the A. 440 hertz would always be A.
Whoa.
And 432 hertz is still A.
Wait. Somebody in politics decided what the tuning would be of A? That's interesting.
It is interesting. And I want people to do the research on that because it's a real deep story when you see how music went from just what people did. You know, people made their instruments at home. They didn't go to Sam Ash. They had to buy, they had to build their own instruments so they could make an instrument out of whatever they had. So it was something that was natural. It was already in its tuning. When they got together to play, they were trying to figure out, how do I get my thing to sound closer to your thing? What is your thing? What is my thing? I don't know what these things are. This is a gourd. This is this is that. And when you think about African instruments, they were all made out of nature. The djembe drum is made out of a tree. The skin of a cow is the head of the drum. So we've always depended on nature, but somehow in the 1900s, we became more, advanced as a civilization and thought that we could create things that nature created.
How dare we?
How dare we? How dare we act like people?
Okay, so BK has definitely taken you up on the ChatGPT prompt. Frequency 432 hertz is often referred to as the natural frequency or healing frequency. It's a turning pitch that some believe is more harmonious with nature and the human body compared to the modern. And he goes on. So definitely, guys, check out the chat there. I've got my guitar. We're on Music Train, Season 8, live with rObi Kumalo. And this is episode 3. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We have to write a song, and I will need a word or 2 words from rObi, and then I will go and I will write a song on the spot, and then we will jam it out. If anybody in the audience wants to add a word for the song, please do it now, and I will try to add it. And maybe your friend who is with you would like to add a word, rObi.
Time machine for me.
Okay, time machine.
Recognition.
Okay, I'm going to have to write this down. Time machine. Time machine. Scientifically? Recognition. Recognition. And then does Joe want to? John?
Oblivion.
Oblivion. Okay, I don't know if it'll work you and I together. I think we'll cancel each other out. But will you intro me in, and then once I start, I will write the song. But if you'll intro me in with the beat. Time machine, open up your dream. Time machine, recognizing me, oblivion. On her throne, time machine, you and me. Seasons pass, life betrays, just stands. Time machine, evergreen, you and me. On the scene, music train is our name. Time machine.
I'm living in oblivion. Giving them what I'm giving them.
Oblivion, waking up. Oblivion's waking up. Evergreen. Without you, there's no me. Without you, there's no dream.
machine.
Time Yes. Let's go. We gotta release that. We gotta get that. We're like, we just did.
We just did it. We just did it.
And on the cusp of BK's new book, Time Machine, out in all stores very soon. We're not sure. Do you already have it written, BK?
Not until the next few hours.
The next, yes. Oh, it's so good. Okay. We don't want this show to end. We're so happy to be together. We're old friends. Just want to thank everybody again for tuning into our amazing show. It's amazing because of rObi Kumalo. It's amazing because of BK Han. It's amazing because of everybody who's been on the show or who has interest in being on the show or who loves just watching the show. Thank you to everybody.
Amazing hostess with the mostest, Vessy Mink.
Thank you.
This show could not exist without you.
Thank you.
It wouldn't exist without you. Actually.
Guess what?
What?
My record label just signed my record label. I'm the only artist on my record label, but my record label just signed an artist today.
Congratulations.
And this artist is someone I love very much.
Oh
Who has been making music his entire life and who has supported me in the biggest way that anybody ever could. My entire musical journey the past 18 years. So I said, I have got to sign you to my Trugnalaya company. I've got a company and it's a music company. And so we released Kevlar Hill's song today, Battle Song. And I want to debut it for you guys to close the show out. But before we do, I would love to hear any last thoughts on what you'd like to share with artists out there who feel it's too late for me. I can't make music. I can't release music. I can't write that book. I don't have the motivation. All they need is some support and an audience and acknowledgement and some recognition, which shows like this support. This is a labor of love show. Our sponsors are a cachet of amazing businesses inspired. BK has inspired so many people to go out there and grab their dream by the reins and say, this is mine and it's already happening and this is how you do it. And this is, and you don't have the idea and let it live there and say, oh, that'd be a really great idea. Or that you have that idea, you go ahead and you do it because that's the magic of the moment. So I would like to pass the mic over to either BK or rObi right now to share on that for people listening, to really just be in the moment here and take that to heart. It's yours.
Yeah. Okay, I think whatever you want, whatever you think, just keep going. I think, nothing can stop you if you just keep going. Wherever you are, whatever you are. Yeah.
Very true.
And I think because we're people and not trees, we should use everything that we possibly can use. Our fingers, our toes, our hair, everything about us is meant to be an example of love and life and kindness and beauty and our great creator that made everything. So if we're a bunch of stuff that can be creative, hone in on what you are. Whatever it is, hone in on it. Love in on it. Love yourself first, because you want to love everybody else too. But start with the love for yourself, because if you can't love yourself, you might forget. And then give it all away to somebody else, and then you're like a drought.
You can't give it away. It's an endless well.
It's an endless well. It's an endless well. So don't ever forget that. It's not over. It's an endless well. You have no choice. You're a people. You're going to be here till you're not here, and then you'll be something else.
Yes. Life is crazy.
Never over.
Oh my God, I'm crying here. John, do you have any last words?
I can't add to that. I can't improve on what you guys just said, really.
Oh, I
Thank
would love to hear your. Okay, well that was beautiful, but I really, what a sweetheart, John. Thank you for being here today. Okay, it's now time to say goodbye. We don't want to say goodbye, so we will say hello. Today is yours. This moment is now. You have everything you need, and just remember that the well is all the love in the world, and it's yours. It's actually your birthright. Whoever you are, wherever you come from, whatever you were taught, doesn't need to be consecrated as your architectural structure to stay incarcerated in. We can break that, and you're open. You're in the Baha'i temple, and there's a ton of space around you. It's silent. You can create. You can mediate. You can act like yourself and who you are, and stand up for humanity and each other. Let's go. And without further ado, our guest for next week, it's a secret. That's a new thing. We're not telling you anything. You'll just have to tune in. And rObi, I hope that you'll come back, and maybe we could have more on your chapters. Although I think everybody here needs to get your book right now. Please, you guys, support this amazing human being, rObi Kumalo, on the internet via ROBBKUMALO.com, and get married to a rock star by rObi Hall Kumalo. She's the rock star that got married to as well. Soon we're going to have more to talk about with regards to rave reviews on this book. I just know it's a bestseller, as it should be. And thank you for supporting Music Train, you guys. We'll see you next week. Without further ado, Chugnalaya artist, Kevlar Hill with Battle Song. Very beautiful cinematic, very amazing piece. Here we go. Good night, everybody. And good morning. Bye. Thank you. Love you so much.